Security Specialist, JNCIS-SEC, JN0-335 exam. Updated dumps can guarantee you pass the test on the first attempt. Share some Juniper JN0-335 exam updated dumps here. 1. After JSA receives external events and flows, which two steps occur? Choose 2. A. After formatting the data is stored in an asset database. B. Before formatting the data is analyzed for relevant information. C. Before the information is filtered, the information is formatted. D. After the information is filtered, JSA responds with active measures. 2. Your company is using the Juniper ATP Cloud Free model. The current inspection profile is set at 10 MB. You are asked to configure ATP Cloud so that executable files up to 30 MB can be scanned while at the same time minimizing the change in scan time for other file types. Which configuration should you use in this scenario? A. Use the CLI to create a custom profile and increase the scan limit. B. Use the ATP Cloud UL to change the default profile to increase the scan limit for all files to 30 MB. C. Use the CLI to change the default profile to increase the scan limit for all files to 30 MB. D. Use the ATP Cloud UL to update a custom profile and increase the scan limit for executable files to 30 MB. 3. What are 2 benefits of using a VSRX in a software-defined network? Choose 2. A. Scalability. B. No required software license. C. Granular security. D. Infinite number of interfaces. 4. You enable chassis clustering on 2 devices and assign a cluster ID and a node ID to each device. In this scenario, what is the correct order for rebooting the devices? A. Reboot the secondary device, then the primary device. B. Reboot only the secondary device since the primary will assign itself the correct cluster and node ID. C. Reboot the primary device, then the secondary device. D. Reboot only the primary device since the secondary will assign itself the correct cluster and node ID. 5. Which 3 statements about SRX series device chassis clusters are true? Choose 3. A. Chassis cluster control links must be configured using RFC 1918 IP addresses. B. Chassis cluster member devices synchronize configuration using the control link. C. A control link failure causes the secondary cluster node to be disabled. D. Recovery from a control link failure requires that the secondary member device be rebooted. E. Heartbeat messages verify that the chassis cluster control link is working. 6. You have implemented a VSRX in your VMware environment. You want to implement a second VSRX series device and enable chassis clustering. Which 2 statements are correct in this scenario about the control link settings? Choose 2. A. In the vSwitch security settings, accept promiscuous mode. B. In the vSwitch properties settings, set the VLAN ID to none. C. In the vSwitch security settings, reject forged transmits. D. In the vSwitch security settings, reject MAC address changes. 7. Which 2 statements are true about the FAB interface in a chassis cluster? Choose 2. A. The FAB link does not support fragmentation. B. The physical interface for the fab link must be specified in the configuration. C. The fab link supports traditional interface features. D. The Junos OS supports only one fab link. 8. You want to manually failover the primary routing engine in an SRX series high availability cluster pair. Which step is necessary to accomplish this task? A. Issue the set chassis cluster disable reboot command on the primary node. B. Implement the control link recover solution before adjusting the priorities. C. Manually request the failover and identify the secondary node. D. Adjust the priority in the configuration on the secondary node. 9. How does the SSL proxy detect if encryption is being used? A. It uses application identity services. B. It verifies the length of the packet. C. It queries the client device. D. It looks at the destination port number. 10. Which two types of SSL proxy are available on SRX series devices? Choose 2. A. Web proxy. B. Client protection. C. Server protection. D. DNS proxy.